Oh, well, hundreds gathered in College Park at World Changers Church International to say goodbye to one of Atlanta's most iconic rappers who became a legend around the world and helped shape the evolution of trap music. Rich Homie Quan was remembered as a music mogul who had a passion for his craft, but also loved his family, his community, and his fans. The 34-year-old rapper died at an Atlanta hospital after becoming one of the biggest names in hip-hop. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from the church now in College Park with the latest. Angelique.
Well, good afternoon, Christine. Rich Homie Quan was remembered today as a light who touched and inspired so many people. Speaker after speaker talked about all of his musical accomplishments, but at the same time, they talked about his huge heart.
Music and praise filled the World Changers International Dome as so many celebrated the short but impactful life of Dequantes Lamar, known around the world as rapper Rich Homie Quan.
He was an example of grace. He was an example of mercy and forgiveness, not only in what he gave and what he was willing to receive. He didn't let his pride and his ego and insecurity get in the way of being a good man.
Rich Homie Quan had the admiration of his people. And it's one thing to make good music, but it's another thing to be well respected and to have a whole community and have a whole movement of people behind you.
Quan, as he was affectionately called, was very close to his 5 children, who talked about their father in a touching video.
I love you, Daddy.
Most speakers talked about the 34-year-old's career as he climbed the charts with hits on Billboard records. But they also talked about his closeness to his mother, Tammy, and his father, Corey, who was his best friend and protector.
I lost my best friend. I lost a kid I talked to 9, 10 times a day. I know you're up there in heaven looking down on us. If you don't mind, save a spot for me.
And many of the speakers say they plan to honor Quan's legacy by keeping his music alive. Live in College Park, Angelique Proctor, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, certainly will be missed by so many there. Angelique, thank you so much.